Meet Tiamat Legion Medusa, former banker, a transsexual. She's now popularly known as Dragon Lady after going through a drastic transformation. In 1997, when she was still working in one of America's leading banks, Legion was diagnosed as HIV positive. Legion is from Bruni, Texas, and was born Richard Hernandez in 1961, and according to a report in the Daily Mail, she doesn't want to die human. So now, everything changes. She had spent $83,500 on alteration and modification surgeries. These include ear removal, tongue splitting, dyeing the eyes, subdermal implants that are made to look like horns, removal of septum nose cartilage, eyebrows dome implants, and full body tattoos. Legion now prefers the pronoun it and wants to be identified as a dragon rather than a human. Also planning to have a penectomy, removing her penis entirely in order to become the world's first and only genderless dragon. It all started way back in the 80s when she had a dream that made a profound effect on her life. In her dream, Legion found herself surrounded by snakes of all colors, and they were biting her body and was not being hurt by them or their bites. Legion remembered the dream was so vivid and believed that there was an important message and a sign of things to come in her life. When he was a child, his parents left her alone in the woods. Legion thinks she has a strong connection with the reptiles. In an interview with The Current, she said, "When I was left out there, it was nighttime, and my parents just drove off. All I could see into the night was the fading red lights of the car, and then suddenly, it was all pitch darkness. That's the moment when my human parents ceased to be my parents, and I adopted the rattlesnakes as my own parent. By throwing me out, my parents rejected me. I was not worth being loved, and I was repulsive to them. The way they treated me made me feel the way humans mistreat rattlesnakes." And added that becoming a rattlesnake itself and full body tattoo is a tribute to its reptilian rattlesnakes. Painful experiences like identity crisis began as a child, being bullied in school, and also faced abuse that led her to disconnect herself from the human race. In her interview with the Daily Mail, she said, "I am removing parts of myself that offend me, including some of my physical attributes. And also how I live my life today as a creature that is part human and part reptilian. Having been to hell and back, having endured so much cruelty at the hands of humans. Making myself into something from another species is my own way of dealing with the spiritual, emotional, psychological pain and anguish that continues to torment me through my life today. This is my way of dealing with life and the hand that was dealt me. It may not be how others would have handled things, but this is my life, and I will do things my way. And I will continue to march to the beat of my own drum." She continued, "I believe that I am a real and true life reptoid, a half-human, half-reptilian creature. I can deal with being part human, just as long as I am also part reptilian. Because, with my being a trans species, no longer being just human gives me a peace that passes all understanding." The ex-banker, now turned into Dragon Lady, opened up more about her personal life. She also appeared on Anthony Padilla's YouTube channel, and she described how the transformation affects her life. She narrated, "I was in my late 40s, prior to me living my life as the freak that I am, but proudly a freak here. I already had 79 piercings, and most of them were hidden. The ones that weren't I could take out every day and put them back in, which is what I used to do as a banker." She also revealed that her drastic change also cost her family life. She said, "The relationship or the connection with my son has also changed. At that time when I started my transformation, My son had already turned 16, and he rejected me at that point in my life. It was through no fault of his own, it was all the father's fault. My son hasn't been in my life for 7 years. I'm hoping that he is at least watching me on the internet. Because the reason I'm out there in such a big way is for him. It was then asked if she had any message for her son. She replied, "I would like to say first of all, son, I'm sorry for the mistakes that I've made in life. I own up to all of them. I don't make excuses for any of them. But it's those very mistakes that have made me the awesome person that I am now. I'm hoping that you'll give me the chance at some point in your life. And know that I'm always here waiting with wings open for you." There's a saying that never judge a book by its cover. But that's not the case for Legion, since people often judge her as a result of her extreme transformation. She said, "It's incredible to hear and see people who don't know me to automatically assume that I'm a loser. I've never accomplished anything in my life, or I'm ignorant, probably didn't graduate from high school." Little do people know that Legion used to work at one of the world's biggest banks, and once had a top role as well. According to Daily Mail, Legion has been single for 12 years, and she still hopes to find love one day. She said in her interview, "I have recently warmed up to the idea of dating, but getting started is not going to be easy for me. I have particular tastes in men, and I do mean human men. But my ultimate desire and hope is to meet a fellow reptoid so we can be a perfect couple. While I have many reptile enthusiast friends around the world, I have yet to make a connection with someone else that also identifies as a reptilian. But I know they are out there somewhere. Destiny has yet to bring us together, but it will happen," she hopefully said. In 2019, she made headline when she self-proclaimed as Dragon Lady. But she wants now to drop that title, but wants to be known as Legion the Dragon, or just simply Legion. After petitioning to the court for her gender marker to be changed to non-binary on her birth certificates, Legion has now changed her name legally to Tiamat Legion Medusa.